Hey everybody, it's Spoony Bard. I'm back with another comic book pickup from the dollar store. It's a stack of books here, and as you can see, they are all Batman books. Um, and they're all from the Eagle Moss collection, which I have a couple videos on previous hauls that I'll link in the description for you. It's Justice League International Part 2. Technically, this is a Batman book because he's in it. This collects issues number 8 through 12 and the first appearance of Mr. Miracle and Mr. Miracle number 1. This was the version of the Justice League that came out right after DC's Crisis on Infinite Earths, and then they did, I think, a special called Legends, where they're kind of reintroducing a lot of the heroes to the DC universe. And so the initial incarnation of the Justice League team, if you didn't know, was written more comically. For instance, in the first issue, there's the sort of famous one-punch scene where Guy Gardner, Green Lantern of the team, is mouthing off, and Batman just knocks him out with one hit. And of course, Blue Beetle and Booster Gold find it hilarious. And this is kind of where you see the beginning of their friendship and their relationship really develops in this page, these pages. I just want to point out the art by Kevin Maguire is absolutely fabulous. I mean, look at the faces that he draws. Some of these are just and I think he introduced Nort, the pathetic Green Lantern that only got the job because his uncle's on like the council or something like that. So he's kind of the nepotism hire or whatever. I think they do a annual Justice League Antarctica where they kind of ship off the reject characters, and he's part of that. Anyways, this is a good run on the books. There's Maxwell Lord, and we kind of get some history on him. And then there's, you go Mr. Miracle's in these pages, but then you get the first issue by Jack Kirby. Anyways, there was definitely a more comical tone to this book. I believe, have the entirety of that volume of Justice League in singles, including Justice League International, Justice League Europe, all those different teams. So yeah, really cool book. It develops a lot of sort of lesser known characters at the time. You can see here you've got Captain Atom. This is right after Crisis on Infinite Earths, so I believe this would be sort of his early days in the DCU, formerly being a Charleston character. And it's just a good series. Like for $5, this is a pretty good deal. And again, gotta love the facial expressions that Maguire manages to get with these characters. You really get the sort of emotion coming through in this. Okay, next up, just in time for Halloween, is the first proper Batman book. This is called, this is from Eagle Moss, has a separate kind of line called, as you can see here, The Legend of Batman. And so it's all classic Batman stories, I'm guessing, that they're retelling. So Haunted Night, this is actually a really cool volume because it's got the 3 sort of specials that Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale did right before they did their long form Long Halloween maxi series. So the books collected in here, I should say, are, first of all, it's Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Halloween special. That was the very first one. And then the next year they did, it was called Batman Madness, a Legends of the Dark Knight Halloween special. And then the third volume was Batman Ghosts, a Legend of the Dark Knight Halloween special. I don't know much about these. Loeb and Sale are a very good team. So that'd be the cover for Batman Madness. So obviously the title and the hat plus Mad Hatter there kind of tells you what it's about. So yeah, they're a really good team, and I heard their Batman stuff in particular is quite good, and there's a Batman Ghosts cover. So very timely for Halloween, and I think these would be good to read any time of the year, though. Next up is a volume, The Legend of Batman. It's called Born to Kill. This collects the first 8 issues, issues 1 through 8 of the second volume of the Batman and Robin series. It's the New 52 version of the Batman and Robin. And what's cool about this is with this and the next couple books I'm introducing you to, I've actually got the first 23 issues of Batman and Robin. Now, if you've watched some of my other videos, you know I've already got quite a few of the Batman and Robin trades as hardcovers. I haven't gone through to compare them yet, so I don't know that I have the first 23 issues. I know I didn't have the first volume, so this particular book is going to be nice because that'll allow me to sort of finish or start reading the run. And I mean, it's written by Peter Tomasi, art by Pat Gleason. As far as I know, they did this entire New 52 volume, and it'll be nice to have the starting of this chapter because I heard this this whole run they did was quite good. Next up is Pearl from Legends of Batman Eagle Moss collection. Now this has Batman and Robin issue number 0, as well as issues 9 through 14, so picking up from the last one, which was 1 through 8. Again, same artist, same writer on here, which is a good thing, because he's a very good writer, very good artist. And, oh, you can hear the pages crack on that. That's nice. Brand new. So I'm slowly amassing a complete collection of New 52 Batman, so I don't really know, I kind of know the ins and the outs of what's going on, but most of this will be new to me when I start reading it. Next up is Death of the Family, Part 2. Now, if you've watched a lot of my other videos, you might notice this is the 3rd time I'm buying a book called Death of the Family. The first one I got was the self-cover trade. Then eventually I did find the hardcover and I picked that up. And then I've got this. Now this isn't exactly the same as the, I guess, the traditional DC North American printing of Death in the Family. This seems to include all the related tie-ins because this book in particular has Nightwing's issue number 16, Batman 16 and 17, and Batman and Robin 15 through 17. So it looks like Eagle Moss in the 2 volumes that they're doing of Death of the Family, they give you all the related tie-ins. So I'm guessing that's what, Batgirl, maybe that Talon book. I've already kind of read the story, the basic Death of the Family, but I don't know about it from the sort of tie-in perspective. It does end in a kind of messed up place, so it would be cool to see sort of the Nightwing tie-in and the Batman and Robin tie-in. So obviously you got Greg Capullo doing the fantastic art on the Batman sections, Pat Gleason on Batman and Robin, and I'm not sure who did Nightwing. So this is the 3rd time I've bought this book, but in a sense it is kind of new because it does have issues I didn't have before. And again, continuing that run, the last 2 books were Batman and Robin 1 through 8, then 9 through 14, so here we have 15 through 17. Requiem for Damian is up next, and this is Batman and Robin issues number 18 through 23. Again, we're keeping same writer, same artist. I was a little disappointed after kind of browsing the last book and this one to find out that he doesn't actually die in this book or in maybe the Death of the Family book. Apparently he dies in Batman Incorporated number 8 by Grant Morrison, volume 2. Which, to be fair, he created the characters, so I guess it's kind of cool that he sort of killed him off. Obviously, we know he'll be back, being Ra's al Ghul's grandson. But I'm a little annoyed that I didn't get to sort of read it here, because I'm curious because I know they killed Robin and he actually stayed dead for a few years, so that was kind of significant because normally it's like, oh, he'll be back, or maybe when there's a new movie or TV show launching, you can see here Alfred's crying because the family photo wasn't completed. I'm guessing that's what Alfred, Dick, Tim, and then that would be Damien at the end. Of course, you're leaving out Jason. Anyways, what I thought cool was after sort of Robin died, the very first issue was just like Batman, and not Batman and Robin, it was just Batman on his own. So it was completely covered in shadow. Normally, like, you'd have Robin there. And then it was Batman and different people, so you could kind of see at the beginning there. They used this to bring in, I think her name was Carrie Kelly from the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns series. I don't know how they do it here. I know that at some point it's like Batman and Aquaman and Batman and Swamp Thing and Batman and all these different characters. So like I said, I'm obviously, I want to read this, but I'm annoyed that I have to track down yet another book to find out, exactly how Robin dies. Last up, I have Batman Bloom. This is actually collecting issues of the New 52 Scott Snyder Batman run, issues number 46 through 52. And what's nice about this is because in the official DC North American printing of this book, I believe, is actually 2 volumes, because I covered Batman Volume 10 Epilogue on one of my last videos, and it had issues 51 and 52. And I know Volume 9 of Batman is called Bloom. So it seems like for this edition, they just bundled those together, which is kind of nice. The other issues in the Batman Epilogue were the Futures End Special number 1 and the Batman Rebirth Preview number 1, which neither of which are, I believe, done by Scott Snyder or Greg Capullo. So, I appreciate that they wanted to squeeze another trade out of the series, but I think this is a lot better. Anyways, I haven't read most of this run, especially I haven't read any of the 0 year and after. So what is it, Super Heavy or Supercharged, where you got the bat suit with Commissioner Gordon inside and he kind of takes over, and I guess this is sort of Batman retiring, but then he comes back for some reason, something to do with plants. And then I think issues 51, 52 are just sort of like a big send-off love letter for the writer and artist on the characters, because Scott Snyder's been working on Batman for like 6 years at this point, and Greg Capullo's done a lot of the issues in that, so I think this is just kind of their send-off. Anyways, let me know what you think of the video. If you found any other cool Batman stuff. I've heard from a few of you that you've been finding the Death in the Family. That's the one where Jason Todd gets beaten to death. I would love to find that myself, because while I'm familiar with the storyline, I've never actually read the issues, so that would be definitely cool to find. And I'm just generally looking for anything, so if you find any stuff that you didn't see in these videos, please leave a comment. Let me know what to look out for. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Bye.